Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Never thought that I would be saying that, but yeah guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Dalu, for those of you who don't know me, and basically I just wanted to do a little introduction and kind of explain who I am and what I'm doing and what I hope to be doing in like the future and stuff. So I just thought that I'd do a little welcome video. But yeah, so I'm Dalu, I'm 20, I'm a student, and basically in my free time over the last couple of years, I basically found that I travel quite frequently. I wouldn't say that I travel more than the average person, but I do think that I enjoy traveling. Like, it's basically like where most of my money goes and like where most of my time goes. And as time went on, I started to travel more and more frequently, and I feel like people started to ask me like just kind of like general questions about like where I go or like where my favourite places I've been are and like how I travel and things like that. So I kind of dibbled and dabbled and like talked to people individually, but I never thought to kind of put it in like a main space, if that makes sense. After a long time, I finally listened and decided to make this channel so that I can kind of just like document what I do and where I go and who I go with, and kind of just like the memories that I make abroad, because like I said, I do go abroad a lot. Over the last 2 years, I believe I've done 17 countries and 5 states, and that was from 2018 to the end of this year. So it's been 17 countries and 5 states. I took a break this year because I had like expenses and I wanted to be like financially smart and just not travel as much. And then this year, 2020 coming up, I have a lot planned, I have a lot going on. It's going to be a really busy year and I'm traveling a lot, so now is actually the best time to do this. And last year was the year where I realised how much I was traveling. I did the majority of my holidays last year. Yeah, that's a lot. So I also thought it'd be good to answer some of the questions I got before I started like this. Okay, so the first question I got asked was, where is one place you want to visit that you haven't been yet? Okay, I know it says one, but right now there's 2. The first one is Iceland, Reykjavik, which I'm actually going to next year, so I get to tick that off. So I'm not going to count it because I'm technically going. The other one that I'm currently obsessed with and I really want to go to is Egypt. I don't know why, but one of my friends from my old workplace went and it looked amazing, and ever since then it's been on my bucket list. Like, I seriously have to go. Like, I want to see the pyramids and do the walk, all of it. Like, I'm gonna go. What's the best way to book, inclusive or non-inclusive? Personally, I feel like everyone has a preference when it comes to how they want to do their holidays. I personally actually try to avoid booking all-inclusive, particularly just because I feel like when I'm away, I kind of want to do everything that I can while I'm away. So I feel like sometimes when you book inclusive, it gives you a reason to stay in like your accommodation or your hotel, your villa, wherever you are, because obviously it includes breakfast, it includes dinner, it includes lunch, and you're paying extra for that when really I want to be out and eat at different places every day. Breakfast, I want to be up and about by breakfast time, eat out wherever we are, if we're making a stop. Sometimes I feel like I'm paying for a lot of stuff that I won't use. So, but I mean, it depends on the person. Personally, I just like to do a lot when I'm abroad, so I avoid booking all-inclusive. But yeah. But if you want peace of mind and you don't travel as much and you just want to know that it's sorted, then I'd say inclusive is actually a good way to go. Places to travel in different times of year. For summer, I feel like everyone kind of likes to stick to obviously the hot countries because it's summer, you want to utilize the heat. So places like that you know are going to be hot. So places like Spain, Turkey, Morocco, even though I'm going tomorrow and it's December. I feel like that's also another thing. Like, don't feel like you have to be restricted to go to somewhere because of what kind of weather you're going to be experiencing. Like, for example, Iceland, that I'm going to next year, I did it when I knew it was going to be cold in the UK because I didn't necessarily want a hot holiday. I just thought, if I'm going to freeze here, I might as well freeze somewhere nice. So I picked somewhere cold in winter, if that makes sense. You can go anywhere, anytime. When I went to Santorini, even though I think it would be really nice in the summer, I went in April, which I'd say is like kind of springtime. And it was really nice weather, but it wasn't hot, but it was like perfect for us. It was kind of just like in between. And that's a really nice quick place to go in like springtime. Santorini is really nice as well. Like, you can go anytime. Also one of my favorite places that I've been to. How do you save up for your trips? This is actually an important one as well. because I feel like sometimes when I say like, oh, I've done this, or I've travelled this many places, I'm going on holiday here, I feel like I get asked a lot like, oh, like how do you save up for it, or like how do you pay for it? But I feel like travelling is actually not as expensive as people think. I think if you look properly, you could find it for cheaper than you could find going somewhere in the UK. I'm not even joking. Like, so for example, my Santorini trip, I feel like Santorini was always one of the places where it's like, oh, all the white buildings, it's so expensive, one day I want to go to Santorini. My whole Santorini trip was under £200. I think it was like 168 per person, and that was for like this whole villa we got with like a hot tub, like we had our own swimming pool, it was flights included, like that's everything. And then Greece, by the way, if you want to go somewhere cheap or you want to start somewhere cheap, we were doing a solo holiday. Greece is one of the best places because not only is it cheap to get there, out there is also cheap, so you end up spending less money. You can still do a lot of stuff and have a good time without having to spend all your coins, because to live out there is cheap as well. So food and stuff is like €2.50, like anywhere in Greece basically. How do you save up for your trips? Once I know where I'm going, I look up the total cost, and then I do have a regular job, so I have a stable job throughout the year. I've had it for like the last like 3 years, so I just put away money every paycheck. I plan in ahead as well. It's only been a few times that I do kind of spontaneous trips, so usually I plan ahead, so I kind of just put money away from every paycheck away for that trip. A lot of people that know me as well will disagree and say that I'm not good at saving because I spend a lot of money, but what I do is the second I get paid, obviously once I've paid off like my bills and stuff, I put away money for travel, and then what I'm left with is what I spend. So it probably looks like I spend recklessly, but that's because the travel money has already been accounted for. I feel like if you're going on holiday with other people as well, having like a joint pot, or like me and my friends, people that I travel with, we have like a joint pot, so we all put our savings for the same journey into one place, so it's kind of like we're all accountable for each other. So if you're bad at saving and you're going with your friends, that's also a really good idea. So like when one of us doesn't put money into the pot, it's like, come on, like, you know, we're trying to travel, that's good. And also just knowing what you're saving for, just prioritize that first. No one's saying don't spend, but account for the travel money first and then spend what's left. So I think you just kind of have to be strategic with it. How do you plan your trips? How do I plan my trips depends. So the first things I have to work around are obviously uni. I try to keep it away from any assignments or exams, and then I also have to plan it around work. So I get the like holiday off from work first, then I plan my holidays around it. And I also try and space my holidays like 3 months-ish apart, so that I can get, let's talk about that 3. Let's talk about that 3. Told divided by 3 is 4. So I can get about 4-ish holidays in the year minimum, and then in between that I can slot in gaps. I basically plan my trips by planning up my year, so I do it really far ahead. So I know I'm going in January, March, April, summer, and then September, and then end of the year. So like looking at it like that makes it easier to kind of figure out where I'm going to have time to save up for it, where I'm going to have time to spend, where I can afford to spend a bit more, where I need to hold back. So I basically plan my whole year. So every year, so for example this year, I've already planned all my holidays for next year, and there's like 5 or 6. So planning a year in advance really helps. Yeah, there's a few more, but I feel like I'm going to go really off topic with them because I feel like they're harder questions to answer, and a lot can be said. So I'm going to leave the questions there. But yeah, I just really wanted to say I hope you guys enjoy this channel. It's going to be just a source of just like a lot of good memories, a lot of good vibes, a lot of just good scenery, good food, and just good motives. So I hope you guys enjoy and follow me on this new journey that I'm going on. And yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm actually filming this at 10 PM at night, and I'm not even gonna sleep. I have a flight in like 8 hours, so I'm actually gonna film this and then pack because I have to go on holiday tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for that holiday video coming, and just yeah, stick with me guys. I feel like I have a lot of good stuff coming this year. So thanks for watching. I never thought I'd be in front of a camera, honestly.
Yeah, she looks so cute.
Never thought.